So I started from nothing. One young man who left Delta one day and said he was going to Lagos, carried just a small bag. And the story is more, but suffice it to say, we came to Lagos. I came to Lagos. I knew no one in Lagos. I had no one in Lagos, and I told my mom that I was going to Lagos after NYSC. And she said she knew no one in Lagos. I said, but I'm going to Lagos. I mean, and then we went to our village to meet one auntie whose daughter came from the UK, whom I've never met. I never knew them. And of course, there was no telephone, no GSM. So she wrote a letter and gave to my mom. And my mom wrote a letter and blessed me and said, you can go to Lagos. So I went to Lagos, very poor, very
I'm sure
very
disadvantaged. Was like 3 naira. 3 naira.
Very disadvantaged, but I was determined to be in Lagos. So why I'm saying this is because in the course of trying to survive in Lagos, once upon a time, God blessed me that I saw my wife.
Where and how? I like
fantastic. Okay, it's a very good story. And incidentally, Reverend Tom here is part of the story.
You don't say. Come on.
Please tell us the story. I can't wait.
So he was pastoring a church in Lagos.
As far back as that?
Yes, this is 1996, 97.
Oh my God.
Pastoring a church, and we were in his choir.
This choir love,
Engineer and madam.
So how that happened was again another miracle, because we were youths, and then the youth had an outing somewhere in Lekki, and she was not part of church. She was really strange, because when we had this event, I saw somebody who I said, this lady, she's not part of church. She's not in the youth. She's not in the choir. She's not, because she was just in and out. But she was seated, packed sand, beach, packed sand on her legs. You know how, And I remember I think she was wearing a jean.
I finished.
Oh my God, that's
she was wearing a jean.
You remember what she was wearing?
Yes,
wow.
Yes. And I said, this person is not part of this church. But again, we are young people, very vibrant in church, so I left it. And then a month after, or 2 months after, I was going to church. Incidentally, and again, beautifully too, they live on the street of our church. And I saw her again. She told me her name then, but I forgot. I saw her on the streets of Adisabasho, somewhere in Lagos, in Surulere. I said, I met you in church. She said, yeah. And I said, but I've forgotten your name, please. She reminded me. And I said, okay. But immediately I trekked a few minutes, I'd forgotten again.
Engineer, waiting now.
Hold on. Then in the course of praying, now God said, that's after some time. This is months after.
Wow.
Months after. I had forgotten her, forgotten everything. But I was praying for a wife at this time. Wow. I needed to settle down. It was 20-something, 29. I wanted to get this thing out of the way.
And wow.
And so that's about 27, 28. And then before I started to lead worship on a Sunday, her face came back. Her name came back to my memory, and God said, that is your wife.
This God is wonderful.
Her name came back, her face came back, and God said, that is your wife. Again, I don't know where she was. I don't know her house. I don't know her family. I don't know anything. I met her 2 times on the street. Yeah. So it was, and I started looking for how to know where.
And then you met her again?
Then one of her sisters, who was in the choir, what's her name again?
Lamide.
Yes, Lamide now. Say, oh yeah, she's in school. Long story short, one day she came to church. She was wearing braids, I can remember. Those long braids like this. I said, where have you been? I was so aggressive. I said, where have you been? She was shocked, but apparently I think Lamidi must have told her, because I saw the mom as well. I saw the mom on Broad Street. And I asked, where is, because now I'm not the one.
At this point, you know that this
We're not
is
firing from all cylinders.
I'm sure the mom must have told her too that everybody must have told her
that
I was
you're looking for her.
So when I told her, where have you been? Now, what's your name? What's your address? I began to take all
the whole bio.
Yes. I already knew her name, okay, but I didn't have anything. I didn't know anything. So that day after church, in those days we do, is it 3 services now? 2 services. After the second service, I went to her house. And she, you know what I said to her? Like a pastor, I went there. I said, she made rice and chicken. I ate first. I said, how are you? How's everything? I said, okay, shall we pray? I said, I'm praying for you, I'm praying for myself. I can't forget those days. Of course, she knew what I was looking for. She's a woman. And of course, here we are.
Oh my God.
28.
One of the most beautiful love stories I've heard.